Hello, for those of you who want to renew your Australian passport, go into Google and type in Australian passport renewal. So when I typed in that, it just came up with the option below of Australian passport renewal. Click on that and it will take you to the next page. Okay, and this is the next page here. We'll click on that. And we have the passport renewal page. Now look for how do I renew my passport online. Here we go, and click on the link online application. So now we're on renew or apply for a passport. It says here create an AusPassport account or login. So if you do not have a AusPassport account, you're going to have to create one. But for those of you who do already have one, just log in by putting in your email address and your password. And for those of us who do not have an account, click on the green box that says create an account. Here you'll see that there are terms and conditions. So in order for you to register for an AusPassport account, you need a valid email address and you must accept the terms and conditions. So have a read through those terms and conditions. If you are happy with them and you're happy to go ahead, then tick the box below accepting the terms and conditions and then press next. Next we have account details. So what you need to do is add in your email address and then confirm your email address. So it says here that your email address is your username. So you can use your AusPassport account to create passport applications for yourself, your family members or anyone else. Next you need to add in your date of birth, your password and then confirm your password. Please note the password rules below. So your password has to be at least 10 to 20 characters long. It can't have any blank spaces. It has to use characters from at least 3 of the following sets. So uppercase letters A to Z, lowercase letters A to Z and numerals 0 to 9 and then special characters. Once you've done that, press the next button. Now that we have set up our AusPassport account, we can go ahead and log in on this page. So you can see that you need to type in your email address. So go ahead and type that in, followed by your password below, and then you can press the login button, which will take us to the next stage. Okay, here we see that there is a welcome page. You'll also see that it has Start Renewal Passport Application. So that's the option that we are going to choose. So go ahead and click that. Okay, and we come to the Let's Get Started page. It says, remember, you'll need to print out your completed application. If you don't have a printer, you can email the application to a friend or a relative to print it out for you. Okay, so your first question here is, where do you intend to lodge your application? If you intend to lodge it in Australia, then you would check that. If you're overseas, you would check overseas. The next question is this application for an adult, 18 plus or a child? So in my case, it's an adult, and then I would press next. Okay, so we have some personal details that we need to fill out. So the applicant, I am completing this application for myself, yes, so I will check that. If you're filling it in on behalf of somebody else, you would choose the other option. So we have personal details to appear in your passport. So in here you would put your family name that you want to appear in your passport, followed by your first name, your second name, etc. So that would include all given names as shown on your birth certificate, citizenship or change of name certificate. Once you have done that, you would choose your gender. In my case, it would be female, followed by your date of birth. Once you've put in your date of birth, you'll see there that all you need to do for the country of birth is start typing the country of birth, and then you can select from the list presented. So if the country is not listed, just type and select not listed. So in my case, I will type in New Zealand. Yes, and it has a drop box there and it has New Zealand there, so I will click on that. Place of birth, type in your place of birth. I will put in Wellington. And what was the family name at birth of one of your parents? So put that in there. I'll just go ahead and put in Smith and then press next. As you can see on this page, these are the different sections of the passport's renewal that you will need to fill in. So we've just finished completing the personal details. Next you can see there are contact details, previous passport, confirming citizenship, confirming name change, confirming identity, referee, emergency contact details, passport type and fees, review application, and then you can see there that last of all is the declaration. So we'll go through those remaining sections together so you know what to expect as you are filling out your form. Okay, we're now on the contact details page. So you can see there that you need to put in the country for your residential address, then go and put in your residential address, delivery. Do you want your passport delivered to a different address? If yes, go yes. If no, select no. Then you have the preferred contact details. Put in your mobile number or your home number or your business number. Then you see there the country again, so put in the country. It should come up with your country code. Type in the area code and then put in your phone number. And then it has a question there, do you have an alternate contact number? If you do, then press select yes. If you don't, select no and then next. Okay, our next section is previous passport. The question is, have you ever had an Australian passport? Now, because this is a renewal of your Australian passport, you should be selecting yes. The next question is now, are you able to present your most recently issued Australian passport? If you are able to, select yes, and if you are not able to, select no. In this case, we are going to select yes and then next. Now, the following questions are related to your most recently issued Australian passport. So you need to enter the details of that passport exactly as they appear on the passport. And if you need to view a sample of the passport image, then there is a link there for you to do so. So put in your family name, followed by your given names, your date of birth, your gender, your passport number, your place of birth, the date of issue, the date that the passport was issued, and the expiry date. Once you've put all of that in, then press validate. The next step is confirming your citizenship. So just ignore the notes in that blue box there. And the question is, do you have a full Australian birth certificate? If you do, select yes, and if you don't, select no. The next question is your birth certificate an extract or a commemorative certificate? If it is, then press yes, and if it isn't, then press no. If you're not sure, there's an example of what a commemorative birth certificate looks like, and also a sample of what a birth certificate extract looks like. And we'll see it here. So this first one, this is a sample of what a commemorative birth certificate looks like. Okay, now there's I think there's 5 examples there. Okay, so if you have one of those, then that is a commemorative birth certificate. Okay, next we'll have a look at what a birth certificate extract looks like. So have a look at this example here, and there's 2 there, and the second one is below. So underneath Australian birth certificate, there is a note there that says commemorative versions and extracts are not accepted. So a full Australian birth certificate is required. Okay, then further under there is more questions that you need to answer. So put in your details. So the state or territory of issue. This is relative to your birth certificate. So you need to then put in your family name as shown on the certificate, your given names as shown on the certificate. Also indicate your gender as shown on the certificate, your date of birth as shown on your certificate, and the registration number, the date birth registered, the date that the birth was registered, the certificate's number, the certificate's issue date, and then proceed to next. Now we are at the confirming name change page, and the question here is, has your name changed since your birth, or you became a citizen, or when your last Australian passport was issued? If the answer is yes, if you have changed your name, then select yes, and if you haven't changed your name, select no, and then press next. So here we are now at the confirming identity page. Now these are, this is relative to personal ID documents. We have category A. Now it says here that you need to select one document from category A. The documents must be issued by an Australian state or territory government agency and be current at the time of lodgement. So your options for category A, you have a driver license, proof of age or photo card, or you don't have any of those documents. So make your selection and then press next. Okay, now we are at the referee page. Now ignore those notes just above there, but do take note of the referee notes. So it says, to qualify, the referee must meet the following conditions. They must be an Australian citizen who is 18 years of age or over, not be related to the applicant by birth or marriage, not be in a de facto or registered relationship with the applicant, not live at the same address as the applicant, have known the applicant for at least 12 months, and either hold a current unexpired Australian passport issued with at least 2 years validity, or be registered on the electoral roll. Now take note of the warning there. It says it is a criminal offence under the Australian Passports Act 2005 to make false or misleading statements. There are penalties of up to 10 years imprisonment or a fine of 1,000 penalty points or both. Okay, below that, I confirm the referee meets the conditions described above. If they do, give it a tick. I declare that I have obtained the consent of my referee to include their personal information in this application. Give that a tick if they do. Next, you need to put the referee's family name, and underneath that, give the referee's given names, give the referee's gender, the referee's birth date, and then going into the referee's residential address. So put in their country, put in their residential address, and then there's a note there. So referee has personally known me for a period of, so put in the years and the months that your referee has known you for. And then select a proof of identity document, either Australian passport or electoral roll. Okay, we have the referee's contact details. Put in their number, their country, and their email address, and then press next. We are at the emergency contact details page. So ignore the notes just below that, but we will go right to name and relationship. So there's a note there. The contact details you provide should be for someone who is not likely to be traveling with you. So go ahead and put in their family name, their given names, and their relationship to you. Below that is the residential address. Okay, put in their country and their residential address. Below that is their preferred number. So you have 3 options there: mobile, home or business. Make your selection. In my case, I selected mobile. Select the country code should come up, and then put in the mobile they have provided you. Put in their email address or add an alternate contact number. If you have an alternate contact number, select yes and put that in. If it's no, select no and then press next. Okay, we are nearly there. We are now on the passport type and fees page, and you'll see the note. It says the fees associated to your application can't be calculated until all sections of the application have been completed. Please complete the sections that are currently showing a red cross symbol on the menu bar. So as soon as you have completed all sections, you can then press next. We are almost done. Now we are on the review application page, and basically you are just reviewing all the different sections of the application that you have filled in, and it also gives you an opportunity to update as you need. So all those sections, there were personal details, contact details, previous passports, confirming citizenship, confirming name change, confirming identity, referee, emergency contact details, passport type and fees, and then the stage that we're at now. So if you're all happy with that, you just press next. Now we are heading for the home run. We're on the declaration page. You'll note on my screen it says the application cannot be finalized until all pages are complete. Now my application is just an example to help those applying to renew their Australian passports. So once you've completed all the sections, proceed to create an application checklist, and this should let you know which documents you need to provide and submit with your application. Okay, I hope you've found this video on how to renew your Australian passport online helpful. If you have any queries, contact us via our website or email, and the details are on this page. It's Helen Hotai here, the founder of Form Help, signing out. Thank you very much for listening.